Question is, what is my opinion about options? An option is a contract to buy or sell a stock over a short period of time. And it can be used there. It would take a real long time to explain a lot of things about options. They're not bad. They're a good way to if you are looking to speculate in the market and maybe make a quick profit. Options can work that way. That's just fine. A lot of people don't know this because it's been a long time ago, but back in the 70s, I worked as a stockbroker. I'm in a recovery program now. I take it one day at a time, and it's going okay. And when I first started, I didn't have any clients, okay? So I'm saying, well, I got to do something here to look busy. So I started doing options. And I think my wife would remind me that it was the first time I lost the rent check that we decided, no, we're not going to do options anymore, okay? It's a very speculative thing, and you've got to pay close attention to it, and you've got to be aware. And if you've got the discipline to do it, and and a lot of people do options on their home computers. It's real easy to do options from home, and if you can say, okay, I'm going to take 2-3 hours here, and I'm going to sit in front of this computer, and I'm going to decide what stock I want to do the options with, and then say, okay, if it's not working, I'm getting out. The key to options is cutting your losses. Okay, that's really and let your profits run. Fiduciary role means that you would place your customers' best interest ahead of your own. Wow, that's a great idea, isn't it, for a financial advisor? Most people in the industry are ethical and honest. Well, some of the people in the industry are ethical and honest. I'm sure there are some people that are ethical and honest, and especially the guys that work for San Diego County Credit Union. I know they are. But it's long overdue, and every time they try to pass a law on this or come up with something new, it usually gets bogged down some way and never becomes reality. I'll tell you one more thing about going to FINRA. Okay, they have this service there called Broker Check. Okay, Broker Check is a great service. Okay, so you decide I need the help of a professional advisor, and gosh, how do I check out their background? Go to Broker Check. Okay, right there. You just put in the name of the person, the firm they work for, if you can, and within a short period of time, you'll get something from them that will tell you about any problems they've had. Have they been taken to arbitration, which is the normal way of settling disputes? Have they been sued? Have they been taken to court? Have they been censured by their company? Have they been censured by the industry? You'll get a report on that and tell you what kind of problems that person's have. I always tell people, if you do that, and a couple days later in your mailbox is an envelope, a regular number 10 envelope from FINRA, and you open it up and it says that Charlie had back in 1982 an arbitration case, and that's the only negative mark on there. Okay, that's pretty good. Most companies that are involved in Reits have their work is specific to a particular type of real estate. They might do hotels. They might do only apartment buildings. They might do, see, I'm completely blanking on it. Well, just a minute, would you? God. There's even prison Reits, okay? Most prisons today are privately owned, and then they rent out the space to cities and counties and states like that. And last I checked, there were very few rooms available in most prisons. So, not that I was looking, but and so a REIT is designed to be pretty much what's called, it's a pass-through investment. They pass through to you the bulk of the revenue that the company derives. About 95% is passed through to shareholders. I like REITs. I didn't always like REITs, but I like REITs pretty much now. And I think that it's a good way to have an income, 4 to 5%. That's what a good REIT is paying now. There are different types of REITs. The publicly traded REITs, about 125 companies, are publicly traded. You buy them just like you would any other stock. There are private, non-traded REITs. You probably don't want to own them. Not that they're bad, but they don't have liquidity. You don't really know what the fees are. Really don't know a lot of the things that are involved there. So they're not my favorite thing there. But REITs have proven to be a good investment. Now, with that said, if you've owned REITs in the last 6 months, you've had your lunch handed to you because of this fear of rising interest rates. Okay? Things like bonds do not do well with the prospect of rising interest rates. Go to that website, SEC.gov. SEC.gov, that's the Securities and Exchange Commission. They have a great education and consumer alerts thing. They've got a great report there that they put out probably 3, 4, 5 years ago called The Danger of Rising Interest Rates. Okay? And it shows you, it's the old teeter-totter thing. If interest rates go up, the value of the investment goes down, and vice versa. And that's where we are right now. We haven't really had higher interest rates. They're a little bit higher, but we have this fear of higher interest rates. And so as a result, we've seen the value of bonds go down. For every 1% increase in rates, so let's say that you have a bond that's yielding 5%. If interest rates on new bonds being issued is 6%, the value of your bond will drop 10%. So bonds are a very dangerous place to be investing now. And certainly with REITs and utility stocks that are very interest rate sensitive, they too have taken a pretty good hit, which means that they're probably a decent buy right now, worth looking at and doing a little detective work on real estate investment trust. The website, by the way, is there's a website for the industry, and it's NREIT, and letter N, National Real Estate Investment Trust.com, I think, pretty sure. So